in your hearts today, it's this: never, ever give up.
FBI raid at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence.
Deadly force being authorized.
Nothing worth doing ever, ever, ever came easy.
Donald J. Trump has been indicted.
Jack Smith has again indicted former President Trump.
Over the course of your life, you will find that things are not always fair. You will find that things happen to you that you do not deserve. Like they said, take a look at what happened. But you have to put your head down and fight, fight, fight. Never, ever, ever give up. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong.
CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president.
Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world. 250 million Americans are not garbage, and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward.
I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
So just remember that. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. America is beginning a new chapter. Our best days are yet to come. I can promise you that.
The best days are yet to come, and obviously today is the day. It is here. We are here. By the time you're watching this, actually, he's probably already the president. Oh man, Donald Trump is probably already the president of these United States of America, and man, has it been a long time coming. Man, has it been a long time coming. I'm excited. I cannot wait. Now, I do want to say we can't celebrate too much. We got midterms coming up, and obviously, typically, that usually goes against the party that's in charge. So we have to ensure that midterms go well, because, of course, if Democrats take over the House or the Senate, doubt that's going to happen. But if Democrats get any type of power, they're going to wield it. So we have to ensure that we keep the House as well as the Senate, so Trump can continue to make America great again. So while we may take today to celebrate, and of course, I'm going to be celebrating again later today when Buckeye Nation takes this W. Yes, I said it. Ohio State will win against Notre Dame. I don't care how you feel about it. Buckeye Nation, baby, OH. So, listen, I'm about to be doing a whole lot of celebrate today. Trump's back in the White House. Buckeye Nation is back on top. Oh, man. Yeah. It's going to be a beautiful day for your boy, man. I'm just saying, it's going to be a glorious day. It's going to be an amazing day. But I also want to play this clip for you guys of some of the executive orders that Trump is going to be signing into law as soon as he steps in. Check it out.
I'm Brooke Singman, and I just got the exclusive on what President-elect Trump will do on his first day in office. The president will sign more than 200 executive actions. This is a massive, record-breaking first wave of policy priorities. It focuses on border security, energy, and more. Here's what you need to know. On day one, President-elect Trump will declare a national border emergency, direct the U.S. military to work with the Department of Homeland Security to fully secure the southern border, and he will establish a national priority to eliminate all criminal cartels operating on U.S. soil. Trump will also designate cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Trump will reinstate Remain in Mexico. He will also end catch and release, and he will direct the military to construct new areas of border wall. A senior administration official also told me that Trump will sign executive orders and actions related to energy policy. They say that these policies will be about liquid, natural gas, ports, fracking, pipelines, permitting, and more. Trump will also end all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs across the federal government. He also will establish biological sex definitions, and he will rename historical places like the Gulf of America on day one. Trump will also sign specific presidential memorandum to ensure that costs for American taxpayers are lowered. And as promised, Trump will roll back a number of Biden-era policies. He will end the Green New Deal, end the electric vehicle mandate, and he will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. And as for TikTok, it is back operational in the U.S. due to Trump's actions. If you want more details on everything Trump...
Yeah, and on top of that, TikTok is back. And, you know, actually, I'm going to leave that there because I may make a whole separate video on the whole TikTok thing because there is something within that was quite interesting that I don't think enough people paid attention to, but I'll probably make a whole separate video on that, maybe tomorrow or something. But yeah, man, sweeping executive orders. I mean, lots and lots of executive orders. I'm excited. You know, obviously, I hope that the House actually passes some bills to actually set all of this stuff in stone, right? So the next administration, whoever that is, hopefully another Republican like Byron Donalds or Larry Elder or Candace Owens or J.D. Vance, Vivek Ramaswamy, like we got a lot of options, which is a great thing because unlike the Democrats, they don't really have a whole lot of options. I mean, their options are basically Shapiro, I believe, the governor of Pennsylvania, I believe it is, and that's about it. I mean, who else could they run? They can't run Gavin Newsom, not after this disaster, absolutely not. I mean, I guess maybe, but I don't see that being a great move, especially now that this whole wildfire disaster has happened, which of course is why he's trying to run cover so hard, because I think that was the Democrat plan, to run with Gavin Newsom next. But yeah, he fumbled the bag incredibly terribly. So yeah, their bench is very short. I mean, AOC maybe, but that's about as far as it goes, and I don't see her winning anything. So yeah, I genuinely don't see where the Democrats turn at this point. Yeah, I don't. But we have a very deep bench of people. Like I just said, all the names I just said: Vivek, Candace Owens, J.D. Vance, Byron, Larry Elder. There's 5 right there off the top of their head. So we've got options. We've got options galore. Okay, options galore. So, and that, like I said, that's not even all of them. I'm sure you guys can comment some more names in the comment section right now of some people who would do a very, very great job at running this country. So, yeah, I don't see us having a hard time getting somebody else. But I want to play some of these clips of people arriving at Trump's inauguration. Check it out.
Trey and Willie, thank you so much for being with me. We are live on the air on CNN. What brought you all the way from Arizona to 20-degree weather here in D.C. to watch Donald Trump get inaugurated?
Well, retired military, did 26 years, 24 years in the military. And so, man, listen to Donald Trump. We like, that's our guy. And plus, man, we love Jesus. So we came out to support the president.
And Willie, what does a day like this mean to you?
It means a lot because what it shows us is unity. A lot of the things that we've been seeing and been talking about, a lot of times you just need to get here and stop just listening to what everyone else is saying. In America, we are all better together than we are apart. So it means a lot to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well said. Well said. Well said. Here's another clip as well of some people arriving in D.C.
Really optimistic. I mean, just young people are getting more involved in politics, especially with what's been going on. You know, people my age are growing up, can't afford groceries, can't afford the cars we want, still trying to get jobs and things along those lines. And so, you know, now that we are actually feeling the weight of kind of what buying America has done to us, we're all getting involved. And I know she got involved, and we got a whole bunch of our friends from church to also get involved and to play a role in politics and to vote and to do their civic duty. So very optimistic.
I think what's the best thing about this is that we're seeing the return of the American dream, right? And we get to have a hand in it. And that is so cool. And this is, I mean, I'm 22, you're 24, so this is what, our second time voting in presidential? But we've done primaries and stuff. But it's just so cool to see that we've had a hand in it. You know what I mean? God is good. God is good. God is good. So it's an honor.
All the time. All
you
the time.
didn't get to, but for you, how important is this?
It's very important because it's
for us, it's our future, and even though we didn't get to vote, this is a huge victory for this generation, because now we can have a bright future again.
Absolutely.
Love it. And fix everything.
Lexi?
Yeah.
Sir. What about you? How pumped are you?
I'm just so excited. Yeah. I'm like...
What time did you have to wake up to get out here?
It was like 3 o'clock. It was crazy.
It was crazy. Was it worth it?
Yes, it was worth
it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I hope that Trump doubles back, right, after he is officially the president and he can kind of call some shots and make sure there are no security concerns. I hope that he does double back and, like, do an outdoor parade somewhere, or a big outdoor speech, right? Obviously, there's a lot of security concerns now, so I don't fault him for not wanting to be outside. As a matter of fact, I would have done this exact same thing. Like, no, I've already been shot once, potentially could have gotten shot again. There was a guy, there was another threat against his life as well. Some guy tried to go in with like some machetes, and I believe there was a car bomb threat as well. So yeah, if I'm Trump, I'm doing exactly what he's doing, and I'm shutting down DC 100%, and I'm going to be inside, all right? Not going to be anywhere outside where, people could come and try to do some crazy, or some drones, right, could fly over and do something crazy. Absolutely not. Not until I'm actually the president. But I hope when he is the president, he does have a big parade outside, because I think that would be a really special moment. And honestly, I might even like pull up, so hey, I definitely would want to be there at the parade for sure, to see it all go down. 100%. This is Trump heading to the inauguration in the motorcade.
Exhaling a bit in this moment. It has
beast.
been a very difficult several months for them since that June 27th debate, when it was obvious that there was an unraveling in that campaign that was going to require a dramatic change. And I also thought, watching Kamala Harris this morning, this is a woman, a vice president, who thought maybe today was going to be her day becoming president, and that was not to be. But, I also kind of missed.
Thank goodness it wasn't her day. I mean, could you imagine having Kamala become president today? Ah, man. My goodness. Oh, geez. I mean, there's no other way to put this other than we'd be fucked. And I don't even think that I'm being dramatic about this. I think that that's a well within the realm of possibility. We'd be effed. I mean, look how well this country has been run these past 4 years. The level of level of disrespect we've been given on the world stage with the people that we have there now in the White House now, we'd be a laughingstock. We would be going down the toilet, and we would have no freedom of speech. Kamala was saying this on the campaign, right? Basically, that the social media companies need to be held accountable, whatever that means, right? And even post-election, I even had a clip where I showed you guys, who was it? Van Jones, the people on The View, right? All of these folks in mainstream media were talking about the fact that social media needed to be under control, right? Because the misinformation, and it's just like, well, it's freedom of speech. And they all say, well, we support freedom of speech, but, misinformation. Like, no. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech, whether you like it or not. If you disagree with something that I have to say, refute it. Prove me wrong. But don't take away my ability to say things that you don't like. But listen, I'm telling you, if she would have won, that would have been what would have happened. And I can almost guarantee you that Elon Musk would have had to sell X. We wouldn't have had X. And without X, I think Trump would have had a really hard time winning. Really, really hard time. And I've said this before, because X provided a level of freedom of speech that most of the platforms were not providing. And so in order to compete with X and to make sure that everybody didn't just run to X, other platforms had to take their foot off the gas on censorship a little bit, back off a little bit and not go, full tilt. Okay. But if X hadn't have existed, if Elon didn't buy X and it was still Twitter, where would we have gone to refute some of these claims? Nowhere. I mean, we could have gone to like Truth Social, but let's be real, Truth Social isn't as big of a platform as X, as Instagram, or as Facebook, or, you know, some of these other platforms. Now, I wish it was, right? But that's just not the case. So sure, we could have gone off to, you know, a corner of the internet, but what good does that do if we can't speak to the masses, right? But anyway, check out who arrived today. Yeah, look what he's wearing too. Hey, but I will say this though. I will say this, and I said this before. Fetterman, definitely one of my favorite Democrat by far. It's not even close. I couldn't even think of another Democrat that I could even or would even want to sit down with, like politician. Obviously, I sit down with people who vote Democrat on a daily basis. That's our lives, right? We have family members, we have friends. I don't break off friendships. I don't hate family because they're Democrats. I debate with them. I'll go back and forth with them all day long, right? But I don't hate them, right? But in terms of these politicians that sit up here and lie all day long, nah, I don't want to sit down with them. But Fetterman, I definitely could. Which is crazy to say, right? It's crazy to say because he's the only guy that is still recovering from a stroke. Like, he's recovering from a major health incident, and he's the only one that actually makes some sense. Check out Melania's outfit, though. Amazing. Man, I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. We are so back, baby. The golden era begins. I mean, well, in just an hour or two, the golden era begins. Ooh, baby. I can't wait, man. It's going to be amazing, but we have to remember that we have to keep working. We could take today to celebrate a little bit, but got to get back to work. We got to get back to work. We didn't come this far to only come this far. All right. Got a lot of work to do. Trump's going to be signing a lot of executive orders. We got to make sure we keep the pressure up on Congress to make sure that they're keeping up their promise of approving Trump's agenda, which is what we wanted in the first place. So any senators, right? Any people in the House that stand in the way of Trump's agenda, we have to make sure we call them out. We have to make sure that we let them know that we, the people, control this country, not them. Okay, not them. I'm not saying to threaten anybody physically. Okay, I don't condone that type of violence, but we will be coming for their jobs. Okay, they will be primaried 100%, and we will be backing them, whoever you know is their primary opponent 100%. And I got some folks that I'm already looking at. Susan Collins, Murkowski, two ladies in the Senate, you know, are two individuals that I'm really keeping an eye on to see how they're moving, how they're voting on certain things, because they have said some questionable things in the past. And those two ladies in particular, as well as others like Mitch McConnell. Okay, I don't want to just single out the ladies, right? Mitch McConnell is another person too as well who if he don't fall in line, which he needs to go anyway. Like, get Mitch McConnell out of here. Like, no, he just has to go. Why am I even saying that? Mitch McConnell has to go. He's way too old. This guy, no. Get Mitch McConnell out of there. Kentucky, y'all know what to do. All right, vote this man out. All right, but yeah, those names amongst others are some people that I'm really looking very closely at to pay attention and see how they're voting and how they're moving. And if they move wrong in any way, shape, or fashion, I'm going to be one of the first ones to call them out. Absolutely. We ain't playing no games. No more. We have zero time for games. Zero time. John Cornyn is another guy. Okay, he's up for re-election in 26. I think Murkowski is up for re-election in 26 as well. So those are two names that we could get out of there. Mitch McConnell, I believe, is up in 26. So we could get out three people. Okay, if they step out of line, those are three names, and I believe those three were one of the big reasons why Matt Gaetz had to basically get out of there. So yeah, man, let me know what y'all think. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited, and the golden era begins today. Peace and love. I'm out.